On this week's episode of Marketing O'Clock.
Shopify gets some new ad units? I probably wouldn't say so.
It took years and years, but you can now see data by weeks and months.
It's beginning to look a lot like Google. Bing is playing around with their sponsored labels.
Oh, on today's show.
Welcome, you are listening to Marketing O'Clock. Just stay tuned. Digital marketing news, but let's get specific. Digital ads, SEO and analytics, social media and more. Pretty much everything that'll make your website perform. With new shows every Monday. We give you the news with sass and puns and definitely hot takes. Thank you for tuning in. You know what time it is. It's officially Marketing O'Clock. Settle in, sit back, keep it locked.
Hey there, I'm Christine Zernheld.
AKA Shop.
I'm Julia Matier,
And I'm Greg Finn.
and it's officially Marketing O'Clock.
Here on December 15th, 2025.
All right, Shep, I hope that your vacation was lovely
It's
because
wonderful.
I had to do some cleanup here on the show and we need to talk.
Yeah, imagine coming off of a cruise ship with sunburn on your feet to being yelled at
Oh, I think Julia took the brunt of
via
it.
Spotify.
Yeah.
I'm glad she stood her ground.
Yeah, thank you.
By the
So-
way, are you feeling better about Robert?
Oh, yeah.
He's such a nice boy.
Is he Crocodile Boy?
It's okay.
Yeah.
So, did we or did we not have that team meeting about no recapping?
I don't think you said no
Yeah,
recapping.
that was
That
really
you
the
invented that
gist
last
of
week.
the meeting.
Yeah.
The gist
You
was
said
like,
don't talk about anything I don't care about.
I did
Oh,
not.
yes.
I did not ever
you
say
did.
that.
which further proves our point.
I believe
Believe
the
what
examples I used were I would talk about the chair company nonstop. I would talk about, so I think you should leave. I would talk about the Lions, but nobody would listen. Do you know what the chair company is?
No. Let's go over it.
But the difference is everyone's watching Dancing with the Stars and Wicked
Yeah.
except for you.
Exactly.
I would agree
Thank
that
you.
more people over the age of 70 are watching Dancing with the Stars, but the majority of our audience is not.
Don't you want a bigger audience? New audience? New
You think
people?
that content brings them in?
Yep, I do.
Listen, I will go as far to say if you want to set up podcasts on just things you want to talk about, you have all the power to. But
Honestly, I've been waiting for this moment.
I've told you that forever. You need your own Taylor Swift podcast. We don't need the recapping here.
Well, the fans have spoken. They loved it.
And Jill's
did.
asking Gail's loved it. And she
Few
doesn't
other
she doesn't
people.
listen either to or watch
and
Dance
she
with the
still loved it.
Yeah.
That's the whole point.
Come on. It was hilarious when I said the stars are crocodile, her wildlife enthusiast, Zac Efron's little brother.
Yeah.
You just didn't even listen.
Yeah.
I did listen.
Come on, it's funny. The stars are Robert Irwin's son, Zac Efron's brother, the stepmom
From
from Parent Trap,
To be fair,
and
that might have got
American
cut
hero
out.
Jordan Childs.
Oh my God.
That might have got cut out.
Oh, that was the best part.
Well, it's great to have you back, Shop.
Thank you.
And hopefully you can find something new in your life to fill that void of that show that will not be named.
Okay, maybe it'll be all the ads on Bing.
Oh, they got ads?
Yes.
All right, and this is Future Greg here with a news report. Just in right after we finish recording, the one fantastic Nava Hopkins, the Microsoft Ads liaison, has reported to Barry Schwartz that this was a test that we, aka Microsoft, opted not to continue. So everything you're about to see is a test, and that test will not continue. Wanted to give it to you here first.
Surprise, surprise. This was spotted by Sachin Patel this week. Microsoft Advertising Search Ads are testing something new, and it is a grouped sponsored label right up at the top, not individual labels for those first floor ads that you're seeing in the SERPs. And then you have that little hide button, just like we're seeing on Google. And we're going to see more clicks on Bing, I think. So
The example too that
surprised.
Sachin found had the people also search for, which I just think you cannot put that in the ad unit, because when you put that in the ad unit, it just looks so organic. And then is it an ad? Is that part of an ad? Is that sponsored? Like, that is the thing that makes it so diabolical, because the listing under it is so far removed from that sponsored results label. Like, nobody except for 0.05% of humans would understand that that's an ad.
Except for people who listen to this podcast.
That's true. You're in the 0.05%.
And they're probably going to click on 5 ads before they finally learn.
Yeah, you're still going to get it wrong.
It's terrible. Especially on the phone. Like this weekend, all the Googling about, Disney cruise, wait times, where to meet the princesses.
You went to Disney World, too, and then a cruise.
We just went to Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. And I'm like an experience spoiler. I love the Disney trips, but I'm not a stuff spoiler. And I will say I got on this trip by the Disney greed.
The Disney.
We're waiting for Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas Time parade. We're sitting on a curb, and my girls just want balloons. And I'm like, oh, come on, Eddie. How much could they be? Get them some balloons. The man said that'll be $36
for
2 balloons.
2 balloons?
I started laughing. I was like, are you kidding me?
That's like a Bing sponsored ad unit.
And then they are so annoying. They hit you in the face the whole time when you're walking around the stroller. And we had to drive to the cruise port the next day so he couldn't see out the rearview mirror because we still had the balloons.
I mean, at that point, you might as well try resale.
It was terrible. Well, no. Then some man at the Disney store is like, hey, just so you know, if you want, they'll deflate those for you at the gate. I was like, please stop talking. We're trying to get rid of these balloons. So we popped them when they weren't looking. And at 11 p.m. when we landed, my 2-year-old woke up and said, where's my balloon?
Oh,
See,
my God.
This is where I'm going to contradict you and you're going to get mad at me, Shep. That seems like a good usage of $36.
Are you kidding me?
If your kid likes it that much, like that's...
But we couldn't bring it home.
Yeah.
They could deflate it at the gate.
I wasn't going to blow that balloon back up.
It just
That's
lives
true.
in your house forever.
So, yeah, that was too much for me. What else is happening?
It's something that's too much for me is this story from Ad Exchanger. I feel like my reading comprehension is fairly good, which is why when I read Google releases, I feel like just so lost because you never get answers. This is one of the hardest reads to understand what the heck is happening with Shopify. So Shopify has a new advertising business line that was launched on Wednesday called the Shopify Product Network. You guys with me? Tell me when you get lost, because you're going to get lost. So what can happen is Shopify can show products from other businesses onto the stores or search results from a different business. For example, this is from the article. Someone buying home supplies from a Shopify merchant site might search for organic cleaning supplies or some other soap fragrance. If that merchant doesn't carry anything that fits the search, the customer could see some of the closest 2 options from that seller interspersed with products from other sellers in the network with items that do fit the bill.
Is this on the Shopify app or just anywhere?
It seems like it's the Shopify store. So the merchant store.
So the merchant's website.
Yes, that's what it appears. Also, the product network placements aren't necessarily triggered by a search. They can also natively appear in another merchant's homepage, nearly indistinguishable from other items sold by that merchant.
Okay, so there's no rules.
Yeah.
Why even say it had anything to do with the search term in the first place?
It can be search and it can be on the homepage is what the term is. So I would assume it's the website.
Is this a Shopify release?
Yes.
You're
Just
kidding me.
wait till you get to it. The purchase occurs in one cart and the shopper might have no idea that sold by label means it's from a different Shopify merchant.
Wow.
Amanda Engelman, the product director for Shopify's advertising business, helps enlighten us a little bit. She says, with Shopify, quote, it's just a different approach to the world, end quote. So Ad Exchanger went on, just wait. You think it's bad now. Just wait.
God.
As it goes on in Ad Exchanger, they say the new Shopify Product Network is cosmetically similar to platform ad products like Google's Performance Max, Meta Advantage Plus Shopping, and Amazon Performance Plus, in the sense the advertisers aren't really in control of the campaign. A seller sets a target per acquisition, and the platform optimizes to hit that number, and the advertiser gets a quantity of budget spent and total attributed conversions. Bing, bang, boom. But then, this is the crazy part. Okay, buckle up.
Bing, bing,
Yeah,
boom?
that's part of it.
Bing, bang, boom is literally from Ad Exchanger article. It is so hard to report this. So then the Ad Exchange article says, however, Shopify's version has important differentiator. This is still from Ad Exchanger. For one thing, are these even ads? Angela Engelman says, it's a great question, but I probably wouldn't say so.
They are or they're not. Nobody knows but her.
Yeah, really.
So it's probably not ads, according to Angela Engelman, who is the product director for Shopify's advertising business.
Isn't it Amanda?
Oh my God.
Amanda, whatever.
Yeah, really.
And then there's a different cost and payout system where basically Shopify is making some judgment on what individual project placement on a page is worth, how many times it'll show an item from across the network in different merchant feeds, but it's not all the same things. And merchants are paid a commission from any other items they sell. And she says, the Shopify Product Network, for instance, is more about merchandising decisions than ads. For instance, she added, if there isn't an item that's strong contextual fit for a shopper or product search, a network placement just doesn't run. The Ad Exchanger article goes on to say, remember, the product network, quote, ads, end quote, aren't ads, but fully native product displays.
Oh my God.
What? What is happening?
But also they can show even if there isn't a search. So
Yeah.
But they're not disclosed, and you can see that it's sold by somebody else when you get it in the cart.
does the merchant have to opt in?
Yes, thankfully,
Oh, okay.
the
Both
website
merchants?
has to opt in. It seems like
Yeah.
it's opt in, which is good. It could also be very beneficial for people. And I actually have no problem with this. If you can opt in and opt out of things, I never have a
Yeah.
problem. Like, good, opt out. But this is just so weird. And then to me, it's like, if you're paying, as they said, by how much a page is worth and how many times it will show an item from across the network, that seems like an ad to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that the FTC has rules. You need to use clear disclosures, like easy to understand, easy to notice, and then you need to use acceptable labels, right? They recommend you use ad, advertisement, sponsored, paid ad, paid partnership with, and not just like little hashtag or spawn. So that's what I'm wondering is the head of the advertising sales doesn't seem to know if it's an ad or probably not an ad, but maybe you should be like a little more concrete on that. They had said that even if somebody might be in the buying cycle for something like a grill, they won't put a grill next to men's pants, even if they know you're interested in a grill. So if you wanted to turn this on and try to make more money, it hopefully shouldn't mess it up and make you look like an idiot when somebody goes to your men's pants and sees a grill.
And then it shouldn't be like direct competitors if they already sell that product.
I would assume it could be, though.
Yeah.
However, like if it's not going to put a grill in men's pants, it's probably going to put some sort of clothing in there or other pants. Like that's where I would be. If you set this up, I would really be careful, right? Because there might be another men's pants reseller or retailer out there. And all of a sudden you're selling their pants on your site and you are not getting the pants sale. They're getting the pants sale. Know that it exists and it's opt-in, thankfully.
Google announced at Search Central Live that Search Console is adding weekly and monthly views for performance reports. So there's images from the presentation. One shows a granularity section, which allows users to view their data aggregated by weeks and months. And then there's also the weekly and monthly charts in there. Google said this new functionality allows you to adjust the time aggregation of any of the performance charts, helping you smooth out daily changes and focus on the overall trend of traffic to your website. I like it.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
Just wish they were like fixing things so it was easier to see traffic coming from AI overviews and stuff. But
Never.
I'll take this too.
Yeah.
Retweet. Retweet.
And now for this week's
Cool tool.
As a reminder, our Cool Tool segment is not an official endorsement or paid mention. We're simply sharing something we found in our travels that may be of use to our listeners and is really, really cool.
This week's cool tool is actually several tools, and it's here just in time for the holidays. Hannah Kobzova posted on LinkedIn 8 books that will help PPC experts level up their expertise. She has books from Jill Saskingales, Kirk Williams, Frederick Valleys, and so many more. I'm asking Santa for these this year, and so should you. We will have the link in our newsletter, so check it out.
Now it's time for this week's Take of the Week. This is a #fire digital marketing take with extra spice served up for you. We simply deliver the take for your consumption. We give no opinions. We don't influence. You make the call.
This week's Take of the Week comes from Patrick Stocks and is very aligned with what Shep had mentioned a few moments ago. There was a new announcement about social channels in Search Console, which we'll get to in a minute. It'll be our first story in organic. Patrick Stocks says, what we wanted, breakouts for AIOs and AI mode. What we got, whatever this does. And honestly, I have no idea what it's going to do.
Yeah.
Other than YouTube. And then we'll get to that in another stupid press release in a moment.
Now it's time for this week's Pew Pew Lightning Round. At this point in the show, we split up our content into 3 parts: paid, organic, and social.
Before we get into the paid lightning round, we want to make sure you saw a special episode that we released earlier this week with Philip Thune from Adthena. And we're sitting down with Philip, talking to him about some amazing data that they have over at Adthena about everything that's going on with search, with AI overviews, ChatGPT, AI mode, LLMs, and how it's impacting marketers out there. Right, Greg?
Yeah, it was a great chat. Highly recommend it. It was an absolute delight shooting it back and forth with you and Philip.
So make sure you check it out. It's the previous episode to this one. Okay, getting into the news here. News source for me, Benjamin D. Cracker posted on X and said, I'm in ChatGPT, the paid plus subscription, asking about Windows BitLocker. And do you think he knows Anthony?
Yeah, right?
He says, it's effing showing me ads to shop at Target. He did say F-ing, so he did censor it for me. Yeah, screw this. Lose all your users. And it's true. He's searching for it, and it's showing him what looks like a sponsored result for Target in the ChatGPT response.
But it's not labeled sponsored.
Right.
Yeah.
It just feels sponsored. Shop for home and groceries with a link. Connect. Does it say, connect Target? I guess you could connect it to your account.
Oh.
So Mark Chen from OpenAI responded and said, ding, sorry, Benjamin, we'll look into this. But then product manager Nick Turley pushed back, insisting that there were, quote, no live tests for ads, and claiming that the screenshots circulating online are either not real or not ads.
Which is
Wow.
weird because the coder said, according to Chen, OpenAI has already disabled the feature and is now working on improving the model's precision.
So they were real.
Yeah.
One of the two is lying.
Yeah.
I don't know how to determine that.
Yes.
But I don't think the cracker is. I'm with the cracker.
I trust him. I trust him. He wouldn't lie to me. So anyway, they're doing something over there.
Yeah.
Don't listen to Sam Altman or any of these guys. Next up, Govind Sai Panwar spotted this new feature in Google Ads Advisor tool where it is sourcing not just Google Ads documentation, but a YouTube video from Jill Saskingales' website, jill.ca. Jill with a Y, everyone. So yeah, he asked a question about Google Ads and it's pulling in Jill as a source. So I just wonder how they're vetting sources. Like,
Yeah.
Jill knows her stuff and I think would be a good source for this tool, but I don't know if they're just going to pull from anything, and that would make me a little nervous.
Well, by definition, they're not vetting the sources. They say parts of this response were informed by web sources, which are not vetted by Google. However, I will say this is the first use of AI that I can get behind.
Wow.
Jill.ca,
Yeah.
let's go. Finally, AI that's helpful. Google's like, hey, guess what? I don't have anything that can help you. Jill does. And that's right.
Honestly, I love it,
Yeah.
but I'm just scared of what else could pop up in there. We'll have to keep a close eye on it. Check your sources. Hopefully, Google Advisor doesn't plan to use tech meme as a source. They posted this week, Google has told advertising clients that it plans to bring ads to Gemini in 2026, separate from ads in AI mode. To which Dan Taylor, vice president of global ads at Google, said this story is based on uninformed, anonymous sources who are making inaccurate claims. There are no ads in the Gemini app, and there are no current plans to change that. So I guess Gemini is gonna go ad-free, it seems like, unless they're lying to us too, like OpenAI.
Yeah, they will.
To be fair, though, to Adweek, the way they reported it, I believe is correct. Trishla had wrote, in separate calls with at least 2 advertising clients, Google reps indicated that ad placements in Gemini are targeted for a 2026 rollout. Julia, do you know some of the crazy things you've heard from ad reps?
Oh, yeah.
And when Dan Taylor says that they're uninformed, like,
Yeah,
sorry,
the
brother,
rep is uninformed.
I don't doubt that somebody said that.
Yeah.
I also, so like that reporting could be correct.
Yeah.
But I've heard so many different things that talked about it, and it's new this week. But we have a great rep for one client. Everybody loves him.
Mm-hmm.
He had said at the ad group level, the target ROAS isn't adhered to.
Mm-hmm.
I reached out to like, this is not true, correct? And it's not true.
Yeah.
Sometimes people don't know the full extent of things. So both things can be true. There are no plans currently, but these Google ad reps may have said that.
Mm-hmm.
And probably did,
Yeah,
to be honest, to
probably.
Trishla.
Yeah.
Another update for Ads Advisor. People are spotting it. I believe this was first noticed by Thomas Etchell in the Contact Us section. So when you're trying to get support, they're just going to send you to Ads Advisor, which I don't love. They should just send people to Jill.ca because she's going to help you more than that. Another not so good update from Google Ads. Prakash Chandra Durgopal posted this week and said that they were facing issues with offline conversion uploads, and approximately 80% of the conversions uploaded to Google Ads with the offline upload method are not appearing in his account. This did not impact my accounts that have offline uploads, but I would definitely double check. Ginny said she was working on it on December 7th with the Google Ads team to get it resolved. She said that on December 8th. The issue was first noticed on December 7th, but just make sure you have all of your conversions in there because that could be a big problem for people. Thomas Etchell also spotted a new social video upload beta inside Performance Max campaign, so you can upload your social videos directly to PMax via video upload, but you do need to connect or upload them to YouTube first. So I don't even know.
What?
Yeah, what?
Video.
This says no need to upload your social videos
Oh,
to YouTube first.
Good thing you're here, Julia.
Whew.
No need.
I was like,
To be
what?
fair to you, Shep, the notification still says choose up to 5 YouTube videos to use in your ad, even though it seems like he's on the social tab.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So maybe it seems like you don't.
How would that work? You like integrate your account with TikTok?
Or maybe
Ask
you just like
Thomas.
copy the TikTok URL.
Also, don't do this. Don't do this. Don't do this.
Next up from Mike Ryan over at Smarter E-commerce, he did a study of a bunch of accounts to look at AI Max matches and how much broader quote they're getting. So like how many close variants are showing exact match compared to phrase match compared to broad match. So broad match had less than 1% of expansion. Phrase match had 19.52% and exact match had 80%. So I've heard a lot of reps saying that AI Max works best with exact match. And I feel like this is why. Like your broad match is already broad and they want you to expand your exact match keywords and spend more money. So
Yeah,
it
and
makes sense to me.
to be fair, he did this study on accounts that had all 3 types in each of those ad groups. And we have an interview, deep dive with him on his findings coming up in just a few moments.
Hey, and that's it for paid What's Happening in Organic.
All right, first up, that wonky stories from Google is called Introducing Social Channels in Search Console. They say that they're going to bring social channels in. For each channel, you'll be able to see total reach, content performance, search queries, audience location, additional traffic sources. They don't tell you what channels you can bring in. Like, what channels are we talking about here? The only example is YouTube.
Probably the same ones you can bring into your PMax.
Yeah.
But can you bring in like Instagram? I have no idea.
Well, Instagram doesn't have links. I mean, nothing really does.
But then what channels can you bring in? Like, what are we bringing in?
I don't know.
Is it just YouTube? They just say social channels. So, again, good luck with whatever that is. We really would like the AI overviews in AI mode. Also, something positive is the Google AI mode links are updated and have contextual instructions. So we had heard from Google before that Robbie Stein had said, we're going to try to make changes to links to get people to click more. There's now a weird little bubble, which is what it appears, that says why they chose these sources. So there's an example where it looked like somebody was searching for furniture, and it says, these articles suggest budget-friendly decor ideas, including secondhand shopping, architectural updates like molding and hardware swaps, and DIY projects to achieve a vintage look, and then have the links embedded in the main AI mode. I think this is good. Hopefully we get more clicks. All right, another update from Zurich here. And Glenn Gabe said that this is super important for publishers interested in Google Discover. That Google talked about sort of the alignment between search and discover. And it seems like that alignment is moving further away. So before, if you saw big penalties, Glenn says, over the past year or so, I've helped companies hammered by broad core updates that were still doing very well in Discovered. I wondered if something had changed in that front. So Barry followed up with Google after the presentation yesterday, and this is the case. So Google Search and Discover are more separate now, signals-wise, which is also why they have a big spam problem now. And they said they're working on that. So Andy Almeida from Google Trust and Safety basically said there's minimal alignment to search rankings for Discover. So if you're spamming in search, you still might get Discover traffic. All right, Glenn Gabe also shared an article talking about some new elements that are coming to an AI chatbot for Discover. So users can customize their feed through conversation. And there's evidence, I believe it was found by Android Authority, in the Google app that shows a pop-up warning about discarding conversations when changing settings. The conversation, it doesn't seem like it. It just seems like customization, but whatever they call them, conversations in the article. Lets you customize and say, I want more sports, or I want more finance, or I want more washed up celebrities dancing around. You can like choose what you want to get there, apparently. From Glenn Gabe, again, he highlighted an article from The Information, and this sounds like this meeting is going to happen in a layer somewhere, like a
layer?
secret layer. As soon as this week, according to The Information, Anthropic, OpenAI, Google, Microsoft, and others are set to unveil the Agentic AI Foundation to build open source agent standards.
You know what would be a great place for this meeting? The Star Wars Hyperspace Lounge on the Disney Wish.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I don't even know what the Disney Wish means.
Just my cruise ship.
Oh, yeah. Maybe they can go on a cruise and talk about their open source standards for AI tools, model context protocol, and open source protocol, whatever. So they're all going to get together and come up with this Agentic AI Foundation. And I feel like there's going to be a lot of this going on, tapping of fingers. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Why didn't they just do it at the inauguration? They were all together then.
Yeah, they should. Just do it with right there with 46 or whatever number it is. Okay. Google is rolling out preferred sources globally. This new feature will highlight links from your news subscriptions in Gemini, and that is the spotlighting subscriptions, and will soon appear in Google Search through AI overviews and AI mode, so giving you a little bit more visibility if somebody does choose to spotlight a subscription. And then the preferred sources, it apparently is rolling out everywhere. We checked with Anu today, who's over in the UK. She still doesn't have it, so it may be rolling out. But Robbie Stein, the VP of Product Search, said, we're launching it globally in the coming days. It'll be available for English language users worldwide. A very important note on how OAI-SearchBot user agent will impact results in ChatGPT. You need to know this. If you're trying to block ChatGPT from learning, they made a change to that crawler. ChatGPT clarified and said sites that are opted out of AI search bot will not be shown in ChatGPT search answers, though it can still appear as navigational links. In the past, it said it is not used to crawl content to train OpenAI's generative AI foundation models. But now it's saying if you block this OAI search bot, you will not be shown in ChatGPT search answers. Okay, and still more from Zurich. There's nothing to announce when it comes to breaking out AI mode and AI overviews in Google Search Console, according to Barry Schwartz. So everybody that has their fingers crossed on that, keep them crossed. And we talked about this with Discover a couple weeks ago. Glenn Gabe spotted this from 404 Media, and he says, oh boy, inserting clickbait title tags and only for search engines, not users. Instagram appears to be generating often misleading SEO-style headlines and long descriptions for users' Instagram posts appearing in Google search results. I read the article. There's a video of this disgusting red-eyed bunny eating a banana.
Ew.
I don't like red eyes.
Yeah.
I don't like yellow teeth.
That's a thing with bunnies, isn't it?
Like
Yeah.
Nutria are the creepiest animals in the world.
Bunnies
Do you know
are
what a
vermin
nutria is,
too.
Julia?
No.
Google nutria and
Don't.
tables focusing on her face.
How do you spell it?
Don't.
Nutria. It's the most disgusting animal in
Where?
the world.
I don't see the bunny in the notes.
Okay.
Disgusting. And that,
Yeah, that's disgusting.
I don't like the rabbits with the red eyes.
Yeah, that's the thing. Rabbits, I think they're like all albino and they have red
yeah,
eyes.
they freak me out a little bit.
They're also on my list of vermin. And what is
Really?
Instagram's goal?
So anyway, Jeff had put a video up of this red-eyed rabbit eating a banana, which looked rotten to me, but whatever. And Instagram,
Or is dirty.
when you're on the page itself, it just says Instagram as your title tag. But apparently what it's serving, or allegedly what it's serving to Google, is the title of Meet the Bunny Who Loves Eating Bananas, a nutritious snack for your pet. So that seems, one could say that they are trying to AI titles and maybe descriptions to help get Instagram videos to rank better on search engines.
Why would they want that?
Yeah.
Why would you not want more traffic?
I guess. But they're not like users. I don't know.
Yeah, it's just like
They're just going to use it for some fake report.
No, but
Yeah.
if somebody's looking for, can I feed a bunny a banana? Then they can go to Instagram. Maybe they have to log in to view the video, and now they got another user.
there's not a shot that anyone
Yeah.
would make a whole account to figure that
Because of this
answer out.
albino.
I'd scroll down.
Fine. You guys come up with why they would do it. I don't know. I'm just coming up with ideas. Okay. Google shopping crawlers are too fast for JavaScript generated structured data, according to Google and Barry Schwartz. So, and this is from Zurich as well, a Google engineer explained that the shopping bot crawls a lot and fast. So if you have structured data, don't use JavaScript generated shopping data. ChatGPT is also bringing Photoshop Express, and Acrobat features to ChatGPT. I don't really understand why. I feel like you are Photoshop. Like, can't you just be like, remove this or lasso this? But
Yeah.
here's an example where you can add a retro effect to a video using Adobe Photoshop. And we know OpenAI is now supporting third-party apps like Canva, Spotify, Expedia, and Figma, and apparently now Adobe products. Another note, Google Search from Zurich is working on a new core update, and the update should be soon. So John Mueller said that there will be a core update in the future, but he wouldn't be surprised if one launches in the coming weeks, but hopefully not before the holidays.
great.
Oh,
If you hope it doesn't come before the holidays, like, you can make that happen.
yeah, just don't do it.
Okay, and it's Breaking Future Greg here with breaking news. And we finished recording this show about 12:15 p.m. here on Thursday. We've got a holiday party tomorrow on Friday. We should just only record on Friday because at 12:25 p.m., Google officially announced the rollout of the December 2025 core update. Initially, they had said they don't know if it will be here before the holiday season. It's here, folks. So again, that date is December 11th. A few quick facts that you need to know about the core update. And as we go on, we'll have some experts breaking it down in future weeks to come, but I wanted to give you the most accurate information, so I'm back here reporting. This will take about 3 weeks to roll out. It will target all types of content. This isn't a penalty. This will promote or reward great web pages, and it is a global update impacting all regions in all languages. A few other notes here from Search Engine Roundtable if you want more information. The core updates impact Google Discover and other features, also featured snippets and more. This is a normal core update, updating some of the quote core systems, end quote. Google said this June update is a regular update. Why did Barry write June? He probably just copied it from something else. This is a regular December update, I would assume. So look back about 3 weeks to roll out, and we will keep you up to date on all the findings, all the charts, and get some experts in here to break it all down for you. Now back to the regular scheduled programming. Google also from Zurich updated the fact that smaller core updates do happen and they are not announced. They did update. This is not new. We knew about this since 2019, but they now updated the documentation to say that. From Thomas PM, Reddit is back on ChatGPT. It dropped in September. It's climbing again. It's still the #1 most cited website on ChatGPT worldwide. It's got a cool chart showing that Reddit is jumping up, and not cool if you don't like Reddit. I don't know, but I thought I'm just a chart guy. In exciting marketing clock news, Inspired Taste, we had a great interview with, said, we were surprised to learn that our quote from an interview we did with Greg Finn was picked up by lawyers handling the Penske versus Google lawsuit. Incredible. Please keep up your amazing advocacy as well. So in a lawsuit is a quote from this very show.
Wow.
Against Google. And I'm just going to read that quote because it was a great quote. The quote is from Adam from Inspired Taste. And it says, we can't block Google. We can't be a martyr. They're holding us hostage. There's not much we can do, honestly. There's not much we can do unless the big gatekeeper like Google changes their ways, because we actually, currently right now, we block ChatGPT, Perplexity, and all those other answer engines because for us, there's zero benefit. Google needs to allow people to block the AI remixing Frankenstein recipes, and unfortunately they can't. Give Adam, give Inspired Taste, give creators everywhere an option to opt out of the AI remixes of your stuff and giving you a bad name. They took a recipe, said it was a branded search for Inspired Taste, and they messed it up. That is not good. That is not okay, and we're going to keep fighting. Thank you, Adam, for continuing to stand up, and we hope things go well. And then lastly here, Google CEO Neil Mohan, my boy, has said that the platform will proceed with expanded AI moderation tools despite the recent backlash. People are not happy about this. And Neil said, AI will enable a, quote, new class of creators, end quote, who previously lacked the skills or equipment. That's just what I want to hear from. Somebody that lacks skills.
Yeah.
And speaking of lacking skills, I think it's kind of interesting that Neil's like, we're going to have AI moderation tools when just back in 2021, November 10th, YouTube had to remove the dislike count on all videos.
A day that will live in
across its platform. I celebrate November 10th every year. Google said, we cannot continue on with the dislike button because there are dislike attacks. And Google couldn't figure out how to stop the dislike attacks, so they removed the dislike button. But thankfully, that same company that couldn't figure out how to stop dislike attacks now is able to moderate your content with AI.
That's amazing.
They've really come full circle.
They really have.
I lay in bed and I think about that some nights. Like the biggest company in the world with all their technology could not figure out how to stop dislike attacks. That is so shocking to me.
I mean, he couldn't stop the dislike attack on himself because you're here.
Oh, yeah.
And if you're new to this show, I made a documentary about this. I don't know why. I hate it when people are disingenuous. Just say you're getting rid of the dislike button. Don't say I can't stop a dislike attack. You're the biggest tech company in the world. Don't lie to my face. What are you doing? It drives me crazy. I think about it all the time. I think about it every week that Google couldn't stop dislike attacks.
Oh, God.
That's not why. You just wanted the dislike button gone. But I made a full mockumentary. I don't even know why. It was the dumbest thing ever made.
That was like, I think when I was pretty new. I was like, where am I?
Yeah. It was
Yeah,
one of,
To
one
be
of the
interviewed for it.
top 5 thing I'm most proud of in life. By Neil Mohan, Can't Stop Dislike Attacks documentary. All right, that's Inorganic. What's happening in social, Julia?
First up for social, Pinterest has released their Pinterest Predicts Trends for 2026. So Glenn Gabe shared on X that Pinterest predictions have been pretty accurate, and then he shared 2026's, and we have the top 5. So
Julia, I feel like you're more on trend than I am. Is that fair?
thank you. I try.
Okay, can I
Probably.
list the top 5 from
Oh,
here for you?
please.
And you tell me yay or nay, are you participating in
Okay.
trends? Shep, you're more on trend than me as well. Jump in. But I feel like some of these aren't really designed for you.
Okay.
Number 1, Gimme Gummy.
I hate this.
In
so
2026, we're going full on gummy. Gen Z and millennials are behind this ASMR overload. Think bendy phone cases, elastic cheek tints, and probiotic treats that have a spring back bite. Expect rubberized nail art and 3D jewelry to become your new tactile obsession.
I hate ASMR so much, and I hate that that's in here. And just the thought of like this person being like, makes me itchy. I hate this.
Okay, next. This might be up Shep's alley. Funhouse.
This is cute.
And Funhouse looks like you're in a circus, like an old circus.
I love it.
Yeah.
So expect more circus-related design coming soon. The next one is called Funhouse, spelled differently, but Funhouse Kid. I feel like Shep, you could kind of be this way.
Yeah, I would wear that.
This, I would say, the way I describe it is sort of like the pilgrimy attire, where you have fluff.
It's
and
like Victorian. This is not pilgrim.
Yeah.
This is like Victorian heiress.
That's why I have you here, to help me. So it's Victorian.
Like a rich child living in England.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you guys on board with this trend? The Funhouse Kid.
Sure.
I would wear that. Julia would not.
Yeah.
But she wouldn't be mean to me for wearing it
Yeah.
because she's a really good friend.
Okay, next is pen pals. Pinterest thinks people are going to write physical letters again and send them back and forth to other people. I say, no way. People don't know how to write anymore.
I think that like notes are coming back.
I get cramps.
Yeah. Like I write cards for people. I don't
Okay.
know. I can see it.
And then the last one, I just love it. I was like so down on where we're headed. And then number 5 is called Cabbage Crush. And we're just bringing back cabbage. Cabbage recipes, cabbage and everything. Stuffed meat stuffed in cabbages, cabbage soup. Cabbages are back in 2026. I love cabbage.
I was gonna say, can you eat cabbage?
I sure can eat cabbage.
Where did cabbage go? And how many net carbs?
I don't know, but I think,
I didn't realize it ever left.
I don't think I've ever eaten cabbage in my life, if I'm
What's-
being honest.
see, it did leave. She hasn't ever had cabbage.
I'm also the pickiest eater the world's ever seen, so that could just
It
be
can be
anything.
good. Like it's in a lot of like coleslaw.
I don't eat coleslaw.
Have you've eaten a cabbage?
I don't think that I've eaten cabbage. I'm
Right.
being so
You've seen
for
it.
real.
It's been in a salad hidden.
Cabbage tomorrow.
I don't think so.
It doesn't taste like anything.
Facebook is trying to become relevant again, so they're making feed updates to try and make it simpler and more immersive. They had like a ton of updates in here. I think I only have some, but you can read the full thing if you use Facebook and are really concerned. But first, when you upload multiple images, they'll show up in a grid, and you can also now double tap a post to like it. I don't know why they didn't do this 14 years ago, but that's fine. They're also adding a tab bar where you can more easily click to Reels, Friends, Marketplace, and Profile. I do like this because sometimes I think it's confusing. They're also updating their search results to support more content types, some updates to comments for more streamlined replies, prominent badging, and new pinning tools. And they're testing a things in common section on your feed so you can add your interests, and they'll recommend you people who have similar interests. And I absolutely hate that because the whole point of Facebook is like your friends.
Yeah.
And now it's just strangers on the internet, and Facebook is probably the most sus social media.
You think?
I think. Well, like sus in like the sense that there's a lot of like scary old people on there.
I can't even get in it anymore.
Don't.
I forgot. She just have an update every week.
My saga is currently I'm paying Instagram for a verified badge, so then I can get support, and then I can try to coax somebody at Instagram to get me into my Facebook.
Why can't you get into Facebook?
Because my phone died, like some Bluetooth port on it died. I had to take it to Apple to get fixed. For some reason, my authenticator did not transfer over. Facebook can only send me an authenticator app. I don't have an authenticator. I cannot get in. I cannot shut it down. I cannot deactivate. I can't do anything.
It feels as though there should be a way around this.
Julia, I will take 2 hours after the show and I'll show you my stress.
Anyway, so TikTok updates, they have a new shared feed option, which will give you a combined stream of recommended content based on your shared interests. So they said each day, friends and family members will find a curated selection of 15 videos in their private chat aligned with their interests. Instagram did something similar in April. So again, it's just social platforms copying each other, but it's not a terrible update. They're also rolling out shared collections, which will enable friends and family to save posts on a collaborative set. That I do kind of like a lot. And lastly, you can send greeting cards in the app, which is pretty on trend for what Pinterest predicts. So some Pinterest updates for recipe people. They've launched a collab with Walmart that will enable people to easily add recipe ingredients to their Walmart shopping cart. So now on recipes in Pinterest, there's a shop ingredients button and it links to the Walmart app. And you can easily add everything, easily swap things out. And I think I like this.
Love it.
I think it's fun, makes it easy. As long as they don't start making AI summaries of the recipes, I think it's great. And then last for social, Glenn Gabe posted on X, my son and his friends, 18, heavily use Gemini and they love Notebook LM and TikTok is still huge. A survey of 1,400 US teens, 64% use AI chatbots and 28% use them daily. 59% say they use ChatGPT, 23% use Gemini, 20% use Meta AI, 14% Copilot, and 9% Character AI. So it's roughly 1 in 5 US teens say they're on TikTok and YouTube almost constantly.
Oh, wow.
That's wild.
What? I mean, I guess YouTube I can see if you're just listening to something in the back, but that's weird. And then at the same time, 64% of teens say they use chatbots, including about 3 in 10 who do so daily. And then he has some nice charts in here about what they're using.
Nice to know what the kids are up to.
Yeah, really.
And that brings us to our real life segment, straight out of our accounts and into your ear holes. It's time for Working Hard or Hardly Working, where we talk about what's going on in our IRL work, good, bad, or otherwise.
Working hard for me this week, I just stumbled upon the new split tab feature in Chrome. It's nice when you're stuck on your laptop. You can have 2 windows. It's really nice.
I can't get behind it, but I'm happy for you guys.
No, I wouldn't use it every day. I'd rather have 2 monitors, but
I just
in case of
split
emergency.
my tabs.
Or if you're sharing your screen and you want to show 2 things.
That's fair.
If you're copying and pasting something.
All right.
It's great. What about you, Julia?
Hardly working for me is hidden search terms. And I probably say this like once a month, but I don't care. I hate it so much. I feel like they've gotten worse in the last like month. Like I go to like a campaign. I'm like, oh, this is doing well. Let me make sure the search terms are good. Sort every single conversion is from a hidden search term. And I'm like, that's not helping me. It also makes me feel like that negative lists are fake because part of me is like, maybe they're just not showing it to me because they don't care about my negative lists. Might be a stretch, but I'm a hater, so I don't care.
And for me, it's just Looker Studio and the Google Analytics integration. I have so much trouble in Google Analytics as is, like using it natively, but pulling data out in Looker Studio is just a lifesaver. If you're somebody like me that struggles with at GA4 and actually getting out anything you want, Looker Studio can do a great job of it. And I was making pivot tables, finding the information I needed, where it was like impossible in the native platform.
Now it's time for this week's ICYMI.
ICYMI, people.
This is something you just might not have seen. Maybe something that you overlooked, but you shouldn't have.
ICYMI people, Ginny Marvin, our ads liaison, just posted a post on X while we were recording, clearing up some AI Max confusion circulating this week. She has 2 myths that she's busting. So first, AI Max is currently the only way for brands to get their paid messaging in front of AI overviews or AI mode. She says not true, as noted in the Help Center. Text and shopping ads from existing search, shopping, and PMAX campaigns are eligible to show within the AI overview. So you do not need to have AI Max for those placements. Myth number 2, the query expansion in AI Max is not something you can opt in or out of. She says, from the Help Center, quote, turning on AI Max will turn on search term matching for your campaign. You can toggle it on or off in the ad group settings. But that's the whole point of AI Max. So if you turn it off, you're not using AI Max. Reminder, location and brand setting controls are also available at the ad group level when AI Max is enabled. I would just like some more clarity about what match types are recommended to use with AI Max, because I've heard some really weird things about that, and it's working in some accounts and not others. But thank you for clearing up those 2 myths, Ginny.
Now it's time for our must-read marketing article of the week. An article so advanced, so in-depth, so detailed that we simply cannot cover it in its entirety on today's show.
This week's must-read marketing article of the week comes from Di Pooler, and it's called A Dark Landing Page Runner A/B Test. Here's why best practices got it wrong. And basically, Di thought there was a form. One of them was very dark, one of them was very light. And they had thought that the light version was going to win, and it didn't. And I think this is just a good reminder that even if you think something will happen, you should test it. Mm-hmm. If a client has a suggestion, figure out an appropriate budget, run the test. If they have a landing page, figure out an appropriate amount of traffic, run the test. That's the way that you should work as an agency, not be like, no. Like in this case, they were saying the white one's probably better. It's not. And that's why experimentation and testing is so important. And if your agency doesn't test and experiment, you've got the wrong agency. And if your employees don't, you got the wrong employees. You should be testing things even that you think won't work in order to get better.
Speaking of testing, let's get to our interview with Mike Ryan.
The one and only, the man, the myth, the legend, at Mike Ryan Retail. Mike Ryan in real life. Head of e-commerce insights at Smarter E-commerce, aka SMEC. Mike, thanks for hopping on today and being here on Marketing Clock.
Thank you very much for having me, Greg. I really appreciate it.
You bet. And as we talked about earlier in the show, I wanted to bring you on and talk a little bit about what you found with some of the impact that AI Max is having on different match types. Did you want to explain a little bit about what you found?
Yeah, sure. Thanks for having me on, because I think that it's one of the more important things that I wrote about this year, and I think as much visibility as it gets, that's great. So basically, I just had this question in my mind about if we could learn more about what search term matching is doing, which is only one feature of AI Max, but basically Google says that they'll expand on your existing keywords with broad match and keyword list technology. And I think the keyword list technology has been the headline of that, but also broad match is in there. So yeah, it's quite interesting because I went, and I'll show you how to build this report too. I just went in and looked at basically the search keyword match type and then the search terms match type and the different combinations that exist there. So what I found is that when AI Max is the match type, it matches against all 3 of the keyword match types. So in other words, you're targeting something exact or you're targeting it broad. AI Max can act on any of those keyword match types. But overwhelmingly, it's the case that it acts on exact match. So, I mean, just to translate that, basically, it's like broad matchifying exact match and phrase match. And it's barely ever acting on broad match because broad match is already broad. So I don't know, am I talking nonsense or does that halfway make sense?
No, I think that makes sense. And that's always sort of what I thought is like, hey, if you have broad match in here, AI Max can take that and really like run with it. But it's the opposite, right? Like for those matches that we were looking at, 80% of them, or a little more than that, is exact match. 19% is phrase match, and it's 0.38% broad match. So
Exactly.
did you look at any accounts that might have like only had broad match in there?
Well, for this analysis, because there's, I guess, a million ways you could like filter this or however, but I specifically looked at campaigns that have all 3 keyword match types and are also using AI Max. You'd get different results if you look at different combinations of that. But this is a case where they're using all 3 match types and they're using AI Max. And yeah, I think a lot of people feel like, oh, I have broad match going and I'm perfectly set up to add AI Max on top of that. But that's the opposite is true. AI Max is intended to work most on campaigns that have a high exact match share. And that's because it makes them act like broad match. I mean, they'll still exactly match things, but in addition, they'll do this other stuff.
Okay, and I know you had sort of had that hypothesis and I already touched on it a little bit, but you said, like, there's aha, right? Like, we've got this exact match, and this is one that we can, like, expand upon. And so that might be what AI Max is doing, but then broad match is sort of naturally expanding upon it, so it doesn't need as much AI Max. Is that sort of the thought?
If a lot of your volume comes from broad match campaigns, there's less for AI Max to do there, because what it wants to do, is just expand your coverage. And so, I mean, at this point, the funny thing, like broad match can exactly match keywords, it can phrase match or terms, it can phrase match them, or it can exactly match them. And like 20% of broad match is already exact match, which is fascinating. But it just starts to feel like exact match is a candle burning at both ends, because broad match is kind of increasingly doing more of that over the time. And now there's a way of directly broadifying the exact match as well with AI Max. So yeah, it's just kind of an interesting, I think it doesn't really bode that well for exact match in the future.
Yeah. I like that though. We need that on a shirt. Broadifying your keywords.
Broadify.
Since 2025.
Yeah, and then there's the closed variant stuff too. So the candle's burning from both ends and from the middle, when you think about it.
That candle's cooked.
Yeah, the
There's no
candle's
coming
done.
back.
No, you got some scented wax.
Okay. And anything else you wanted to talk about with AI Max at all?
I'm looking at AI Max a lot right now from multiple angles. I mean, something that I'll tease is that early next year, I'm gonna have a webinar with Googler, who I think is a household name for most people in the industry. I can only kind of pre-announce this, but we have a date and time, and so it looks pretty solid. And we're going to talk through AI Max in a lot more detail. So that's something to look forward to next year. But I think you mentioned on a past episode, I've been looking at the degree of overlap in terms of like DSA and PMax and AI Max, and now I'm looking at these match types. So that's just what I'm kind of focused on, or one thing that I'm focused on at the moment is trying to understand this technology more.
All right, and household name Googler, congrats on getting Sundar Pichai on for the interview.
Well, I'm leaving it ambiguous. There are many household names from Google, it's one of them. It's one of them.
Well, thank you so much, Mike. Mike, anywhere you want to plug where people can find you for more info?
Yeah, you can find me on LinkedIn mostly nowadays. Just search Mike Ryan. There's a lot of Mike Ryans out there, but you'll find me. And yeah, that's about it. That's the main place where you'll find me nowadays.
All right, cool. And definitely go give him a follow. Fantastic insights, some of the best insights on Google Ads in the game. And again, follow him just to see who this household name Googler is that's coming at the beginning of the year. I'm super excited for it. And again, if you want more information, Smarter E-commerce SMEC always has some of the best stuff out there. So much appreciated, Mike. Thanks for hopping on today. And anytime you find something interesting, just give me a holler. We'll get you right back on.
Sure. Thanks, Craig.
All right.
Take it
Thanks
easy.
so much.
Bye.
Bye.
And now onto our playlist of curated songs to work to. You can head over to playlist.marketingoclock.com to listen to Marketing a Playlist. I will be adding Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo French version.
Nice.
French
How
version.
did you work to that?
It's jazzy. Wait, there's an amazing playlist called Disney Loves Jazz, Volumes 1 and 2. It's fantastic to work to.
I bet it is.
I'm making a new playlist. Greggy Hates Jazz.
You should. Okay, Greg, what's your song?
I'm going to go with Lottie Die by Nessa Barrett.
Whoa.
Nessa
What?
Rose.
That's just a crazy pick for you, I feel like. Anyway, I'm
Oh,
gonna.
do we know her?
Yeah.
She sounds like Summertime Sadness, Lana Del Rey.
I only know Nessa Rose.
She's like a little influencer girly.
Oh, I'm sorry that
Richards.
I'm so hip, Julia.
Y'all don't know this.
Whoa, Greg.
Just wait till I come here. Wait till
That's why I was like, whoa.
wait till I come in here with my gummy nails next week.
Yeah, great. Anyway, I'm gonna add "Burnin' Up" by the Jonas Brothers.
Oh. All right. That does it for today's show.
It is now officially not Marketing O'Clock.
Thanks for listening.
We miss you already.
We can't wait to see you next week.
Thanks for listening to Marketing O'Clock. If you're looking for more information on today's topics, head over to marketingoclock.com/newsletter to receive every single article we covered. We share the news as it breaks in our Discord community. Head over to community.marketingoclock.com to join.